Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to another episode in my cheapest strange cosmetics for each class series. A lot of you probably won't be aware that this series exists. The last episode of this was actually 5 months ago and I just kind of stopped making it because I didn't think a lot of people would want to see it, but the statistics on it are fairly good and a few people in my Discord actually asked me to make the episode for the Pyro. And of course this series goes in chronological order of the classes and how they're presented in game, so this is going to be the 3rd episode. So this series is just me going over the 5 cheapest possible cosmetics that are available in strange form, how much they cost and a few good and bad things about them. So without further ado, let's get into the 5th cheapest strange cosmetic for the Pyro. So coming in at number 5 we have the Phobos Filter. This item costs 7 refined in strange form and essentially covers the mask region of the Pyro, meaning it covers the whole head. This item is extremely futuristic, which in a way is good because you can make some really cool unique loadouts, but it's also kind of bad in the fact that you can't really combine it with a lot of items. This is definitely a really cool and unique item, and for 7 refined to get a strange version, that's really a respectable price to pay. So next up on the list we have the Face of Mercy. The Face of Mercy is a hockey mask, I believe, a hockey goalkeeper's mask, and costs 6.66 refined. Once again, it covers the whole face region on the Pyro. Any of you keen fans of horror films out there will probably recognise this and make the correlation that this is very similar to the mask that Jason Voorhees wears in the Friday the 13th series. So it's definitely a really cool item, and if you are a fan of the Friday the 13th series, then this must be a very cool item for you to own. However, once again, I feel like it would look really out of place with other common cosmetics, so like this combined with the Sub-Zero suit, or if you wore this with the Sweet Smithmas sweater, it would just kind of look out of place. Nonetheless, with the right cosmetics, this is an awesome, cheap, strange Pyro cosmetic, and definitely worth the price. So, in number 3, in the midway spot on the list, we have the Cranial Shark. The strange version of this hat is just 6 refined. This hat is essentially a team-coloured shark that sits on top of the head. It's meant to look like it's just staying on top by biting the head of the Pyro, and has small buttons for eyes. The tail of the shark also moves around as the player moves, and that is located on the back of the Pyro's head. Now, I'm sure I'm not alone when I say this, but I think this hat is extremely cute. One of the cutest Pyro hats, or maybe even hats in the game right now. And for just 6 refined and you can pick this up in its strange form, I think that's an extremely respectable price to pay. I believe it is available in unusual form as well, so who knows if I might end up picking one up. Regardless, I think this is a really cool, once again, pretty unique hat for the Pyro, and 6 refined is a pretty good price to pay. So coming in at the number 2 spot on the runner-up on the list, we have the Head Full of Hot Air. This strange hat is extremely cheap, costing just 4.66 refined. This hat is essentially a spacesuit helmet, meaning it's extremely futuristic. However, with that being said, we now have an extremely similar scenario to other hats featured in this list, meaning it's a bit hard to fit into normal cosmetic loadouts. One cool thing about this hat though is the stripe around the bit that actually goes around the head and not the bubble helmet part is actually paintable, meaning you can get a nice flash of colour in the helmet. Nonetheless, for 4.66 refined, you really can't go too wrong for a nice strange cosmetic. And finally, the cheapest Pyro cosmetic available in strange form is the Stockbroker Scarf, being priced at just 4 refined. The Stockbroker's Scarf is an extremely subtle cosmetic. It's just a tie that hangs loosely around the Pyro's neck. With this being said, although it is extremely subtle, it's really not too noticeable, and keep in mind this takes one of your 3 cosmetic slots. That probably explains the price, because something like a Sub-Zero suit is way more noticeable. However, I do like how the collar around the tie raises up, and generally I just think it's a pretty cool, nice cosmetic, and for 4 refined for a strange one, that's a really, really good price. But guys, that is just about it for this video. Make sure you drop a like if you like this series, and do let me know down in the comments below, and also let me know what you think of this sort of top 5 layout, because it's still fairly new to me, the SFM animations and the text sort of summarising what I'm saying. So if you do like that, once again, do let me know down in the comments below. But that is just about it guys, so thank you all so much for watching once again, and peace.